So last class we studied theory part of magnetic coupling circuits. We'll solve some problems to understand concept a better way. So this problem help us to understand dot rule well. So we discussed flux rule. When both the fluxes are flowing in same direction, self and mutual will be added. If fluxes are flowing in opposite directions, then self and mutual induced EMFs are subtracted. Dot sign convention is when current is entering at dot in the primary, sensing at the dot in the secondary, the induced EMF is positive. If any one condition fail, then you get negative. If both the conditions fail, then you will get a positive. That is what dot sign convention. Then dot rule is entering at dot is positive. Any one condition changes negative. Both the conditions changes again positive. So these are the important rules. I will solve one problem to understand dot rule. This is a little bit bigger problem. When we solve bigger one, fear of dot rule will go. AC voltage source 5 cos 10t minus 20 degrees. So this is 1 Henry, 2 Henry, 3 Henry self-inductances. So these three are coupled. Coupling indicated with dot, and these two coupled with triangle. These two coils coupled with a square. So meaning of dot to triangle square, previous problem will take care of. And M dot, mutual inductance. M dot is given as 0.1 Henry. Then M triangle is 0.2 Henry. M square is 0.3 Henry. This is given. So this is the best example for magnetic coupling circuit plus Steady state analysis. So these two concepts combinedly we understand. So combination of steady state and coupling. Now steady state analysis, what is the procedure? We already studied. The source convert into phasor form. That is 5 by root 2 angle of -20. So only one source, cos form. I am taking cos itself as a reference. -20, 5 by root 2 is RMS. This is the phasor form. Then inductor replaced with inductive reactance. J omega L. J omega L. J omega is 10, L value is 1. You will get J 10 ohms. This is 2, so J 20 ohms. This one is 3, J 30 ohms. So these are all self-reactances. Then mutual reactances, J omega M. That is J into 10 into 0.1. So it is equal to JO. The same way, this is J into 10 into 0.2 equal to 2J ohms. And similarly, you can do it, you will get 3J ohms. So all these are mutual reactances, J10, J20, J30 self-reactance. What is the question is in this problem? Find V naught of T. This is the question. So to answer this, we can use Meshar nodal analysis. But before we write Meshar nodal, mutual induced EMFs we have to find. And assume here this current is I1 and this current is I2. This current is obviously I1 minus I2. So current is known everywhere, and these two coupled, these two also coupled, these two also coupled. Now I1 minus I2 entering at undotted, assuming sensing at dotted. I1 minus I2 entering at undotted, but here sensing at dotted. So you will get minus, but what is the dot reactance is J. So minus J into I1 minus I2. Because this is the mutual induced EMF because of current in other coil. The same way, because of 2 Henry coil. So here I2 is entering at unsquare. I2 entering at unsquare. Assume sensing at unsquare. Sensing at square or unsquare is our choice. I2 entering at unsquare, sensing at unsquare is plus. But what is the square reactance is 3J. So here 3J into I2. Next, because of this here, I1 entering at dot, assume sensing at dot. I1 entering at dot, sensing at dot. So what is the dot reactance? J into I1. If I take upper side positive, then minus ji1 will come. Then because of I2 entering at a triangle, assume sensing at I2 entering at a triangle, assume sensing at a triangle. So both are entering at a triangle na, so it will be 2j into I. Similarly, I1 entering at n square, sensing at n square is plus. But what is the square reactance? 3j I1. Next, because of I1 minus I2. I1 minus I2 entering at a triangle. Assume sensing at a triangle. But triangle reactance is 2j into I1 minus I2. So 2j into I1 minus I2 because of this coil. So every coil, two terms will come. They are mutually induced EMFs. Now we can write the mesh equation. Here one mesh equation, here one mesh. So when I am writing mesh equation, first equation will be 5 by root 2 angle of minus 20 is equal to 2I1 plus J10 into I1. Self-induced EMF, J10 into I1. Then one mutual induced EMF is 3JI2, 3JI2. Then this one, going from positive to negative is plus, but here value is minus. So therefore minus J into I1 minus I2. So these three one set. These three will form one set. Then second one, J30 into I1 minus I2. J30 into I1 minus I2. Then here going from negative to positive is minus. So minus J I1 minus J1 plus 2J I2. So these three across 3 Henry coil. So sum of the voltages, here 3 terms, here 3 terms. 6, 2I1, 7 is equal to source 5. The same way, second equation, J30 into I1 minus I2 minus JI1 plus 2JI2 is equal to, so what I am doing, voltage across 3 Henry is also equal to voltage across 2 Henry and voltage across 10 ohms. So that is J20 into I2, J20 into I2 plus 3JI1 plus 3JI1, then 2J into plus 2j into I1 minus I2 and last term of 10 into I2. This is second equation. So KVL convention you are already familiar. And how many unknowns are there? I1, I2, two unknowns. Here solve only for I2. Solve only for I2. Then we have to find V0. V0 is nothing but 10 into I2. So this answer will come in the form of R of angle theta. This R of angle theta is in phasor form, right in trigonometric form. So R root 2 is the maximum value. Then cos 10t plus theta. So this is the answer. So rest of the part we can calculate with the help of calculator. So main concept is important. Don't worry for the answer. Whenever source is available in trigonometric form, end answer also we need to express in trigonometric form. That is the rule. If source is given in phasor form directly, then all reactances will be given straight away. Our work is minimized. Then end answer also we express in phasor form only. These things we discussed in steady state analysis already. So we are using all the rules of steady state analysis, then return the mesh equation solved for V0. So 6 times we are using dot rule. Entering at dot, entering at dot is plus, entering at dot, entering at undotted is minus, and so on. So 6 places we use the dot sign convention, or a dot rule. So that's why this is the best problem to understand dot rule. Take next problem. How to find the L equivalent? L equivalent we studied series, aiding, series, opposite. 4 cases we have done. There we discussed dot rule also. Now this is another problem. Two inductors are in parallel. L1, L2 are in parallel. What is the L equivalent? If L1, L2 not coupled, what is the answer? In DC analysis already studied now, L1, L2 by L1 plus L2, similar to two resistors in parallel. But here L1, L2 parallel, no doubt, but they are also coupled. When they are coupled, what is the L equivalent? That is the problem. So how to solve this? So it is easy only. So L1, L2 parallel and upper side dots are there, upper side. This red I will explain later. First upper side dots are there. Now current I1 is entering, then I2 is entering here. I1 minus I2 will go this side. So this is I1 minus I2 and here V1, L1, L equivalent here na. Here we want to find L equivalent. So to find L equivalent, what is the normal procedure? Apply a voltage of V1 because of V1 current of I1. Then assume this current I2, I1 minus I2 will flow here. Now I2 entering at dot, sensing at dot. Therefore M di2 by dt. Then I1 minus I2 is entering at dot, sensing at dot is again plus M d by dt of I1 minus I2. This is mutual induced EMF because of L2. This is mutual induced EMF because of L1. Self we can do it later, but mutual terms I have to write first. Now write the equations. V1 is equal to L1 di2 by dt is self plus. Why it is plus? We are going from positive to negative, plus m d by dt of I1 minus I2, equation 1. Then second equation, voltage across L1 is these two terms, na? Same thing. L1 di2 by dt plus m d by dt of I1 minus I2 is equal to voltage across L2. So L2 d by dt of what is the current? I1 minus I2 plus m di2 by dt. This is second equation. Now we have to manipulate equation 1 and 2 such that express in which form? V1 is equal to something into di1 by dt form we have to express. So this is going to be L equivalent. So that simplification easily you can do it. Equation to simplify, you will get this, and substitute in equation 1. Carefully simplify. So the simplification already given. And finally express V1 equal to something into di1 by dt. So we got the L equivalent. So what is L equivalent answer? We got L1 L2 minus m square by L1 plus L2 minus 2m is the answer. This answer you need to remember. If coupling not there, you'll get L1 L2 by L1 plus L as it is expected. And what happens if this dot is coming down? If this dot is coming down, this dot is coming down, then only this sign is changed. This will be changed. Numerator remains same, minus 2m changed to plus. If L1 dot is moving down, L2 dot is upper side, again same thing, plus 2m. If both the dots are moving down, again you will get to minus 2m. So these four combinations we should know. Derivation given, but at the end you need to remember answer L1 L2 minus m square by L1 plus L2 minus 2m, provided both the dots are upper side. Any one dot is disturbed, you will get plus. Both the dots are disturbed, again minus. So L equivalent of two parallel inductors there. Next to L and T equivalent of some more equivalents. So first one is the T equivalent, second one is pi equivalent. This is the basic coupling equivalent. This is the basic magnetic coupling circuit. So this magnetic coupling circuit can be replaced with either T equivalent or pi equivalent. So when it is, what is the basic coupling? Here L1, L2, top side coupling, V1, I1, V2, I2, then M. This is the basic magnetic coupling circuit. If it is a T equivalent, L1 minus M, here L2 minus M, here plus M. Okay. Or how do you cross verify? You write the mesh equation here. Assume current I1, here I2, then I1 plus I2, write mesh equation, you get this equation will be same only. So what is the equation here? V1 is equal to L1 di1 by dt plus M di2 by dt. Na? The same way, here also if you write, this is V1, this current is I1, this current is I2, then here I1 plus I2. So when we are writing equation, you get same thing. So L1 minus M di1 by dt plus M d by dt of I1 minus I1 plus I2. You simplify this one, minus M di1 by dt plus M di1 by dt cancel. So what do you get? L1 di1 by dt plus M di2 by dt will come. So this equation, same only, na? The same way, if you write equation here, you will get other one. So that's why this is called as a T equivalent. Same way, pi equivalent also we can do it. LA, LB, LC I have written. LA, LB, LC formulas given. L1, L2 minus M square by L1 minus M. So numerators are same, L1, L2 minus M square, L1, L2 minus M square. Numerator same, LA denominator is L1 minus M, LC denominator is L2 minus M, LB denominator is M. So this is valid when both the dots are upper side. If one dot is changing, then if this is minus, then you will get L1 minus M is changed to plus, L2 minus M changed to plus, and plus M changed to minus. The same way, this will become plus. This is again minus. This is plus. So these are the changes when one of the dot is disturbed. So this is what L equivalent and pi equivalent of basic magnetic coupling circuit. The advantage of T equivalent and pi equivalent is whenever or if you are thinking that this dot notation is confusing or dot rule you are confusing, this coupling circuit can be replaced with either T or pi. Don't put the dots again. Then write mesh equations or nodal equations and solve it. That is the advantage of this. Next, second one, transformer open and basic coupling circuit only, open and short. What is L equivalent? So this is with the open, case 1. This is with short, case 2. So when secondary is open, what is L equivalent looking from primary side? L equivalent is only L1. Why only L1 is coming? When current is entering here, secondary side voltage will come, but because it is open, current will not flow. When current is not flowing, then back EMF will not come. So secondary effect will not be there in the primary. Therefore, L equivalent is only L1. But whereas in if it is a shorted, if secondary is shorted, then L equivalent answer changes. So this change is Okay, don't worry. Yeah, here again, to find L equivalent, V1 is applied, I1 is flowing. I1 entering at a dot, sensing a dot is plus. So plus M di1 by dt. Then here I2 entering at undotted. Then sensing at a dot is minus M di2 by dt. Minus M di2 by dt. Now write the first loop equation V1 equal to L1 di1 by dt minus M di2 by dt is equation 1. Second loop equation L2 di2 by dt and going from minus to plus na minus M di1 by dt equal to 0. And simplify these two equations. Express in which form? V1 is equal to something into di1 by dt. So this something is nothing but L1 minus M square by L2. So this answer surprisingly independent of dot location. Independent of dot location. L1 minus M square by L2. You need to remember all these answers. If it is open, only L1. If it is short, L1 minus M square by L2. So L equivalent to, sorry, T equivalent to pi equivalent to done. Coupling open, what is L equivalent to? Coupling secondary short, what is L equivalent also we have done. Now there are some more important derivations. Yeah. So keeping basic coupling in mind, there are so many formulas. We want to derive L2 by L1. L2 by L1. L2 by L1 is mu A N2 square by L, inductance formula. L1 is mu A N1 square by L. You will get N2 by N1 square is nothing but N square. So root L2 by L1 is N. So basically what we are going to derive is, we want to prove this. V2 by, we know transformer na, V2 by V1 equal to I1 by I2 is equal to N2 by N1 is equal to N. Up to this we know. This is also equal to root L2 by L1. This is also equal to, this is also equal to M by L1, M by L1, M by L1 or L2 by M. So this derivation we want to prove it. So basically how coupling circuit mapped to a transformer. Transformer is based on coupling circuit only. But basically transformer, how we represent transformer representation is different. It is like a coupling only. So here we keep two dots. Any transformer, we apply voltage in primary. Then this current I1 will enter. Because of this, voltage will come. So here L1, L2, then M or N1, number of turns N1. Here N2, here N1 is to N2. Now when voltage is coming, then load is connected here. Secondary load is connected. This load is ZL. So this voltage is V2, then current is I2. So this is a transformer equivalent. Transformer equivalent circuit. But coupling circuit, how coupling circuit is already done. So this is what coupling. Coupling both the side we are applying. This is V1, this is I1, so dots here, and V2, and here current I2 entering. So M, L1, L2. This is magnetic coupling circuit. But here I2 leaving from the dot, here I2 entering at the dot. This is the basic coupling. Change it to transformer. Because transformer we don't apply sources both the sides. Power is applied in the primary, that power transferred to secondary with the principle of coupling circuit only. So transformer principle based on the coupling circuit only. So this derivation, any transformer we know, na? V2 I2 equal to V1 I1. Output power is equal to input power is equal to N2 by N1 is equal to N. Up to this we know. Further formula root L, this is also equal to root L2 by L. So root L2 by L1 derivation done. So root L2 by L1 is also equal to N. Next, simple mathematical magic. Let M by L1 is equal to L2 by M is equal to some X, unknown X. Now, when I am assuming some X value, here M square equal to L1, L2, na? M square equal to L1, L2 means automatically we understood K equal to 1 because we derived na K equal to M by root L1, L2. So M equal to M square equal to L1, L2 means K equal to 1. K equal to 1 means best coupling, perfect coupling. Under this condition, only M square equal to L1, L2. So when I am equating M by L1 equal to L2 by M, then automatically K equal to 1 under the assumption of best coupling, perfect coupling only we are discussing. So that is equated to X. Now, M by L1 is equal to M by, what is L1 here? What is L1 is L2 by N square. L1 is equal to L2 by N square. M by L1 L2 by N square. So from that M by this you simplify further M by L2. This N square is coming to numerator. So N square by this M come down, bring it down. L2 by M. So, but what is L2 by M is X. So started with M by L1. M by L1 is equal to X already. So X. N square equal to X square. Therefore N equal to X. Means what? This X is becoming, we started with X. X is becoming N. So therefore M by L1 is equal to L2 by M is equal to N. So if you see this, L2 by L1 is equal to N square. Na? From this, what is L1? Is L2 by L1 equal to L2 by N. So that's what this L2 by N. So from this we got M by L1 is equal to L2 by M is equal to N. That is the derivation done. So this is done equal to M by L1 equal to L2 by M. Then V2 by V1 is also equal to N. How to prove that? V2 coupling equation. V2 equal to L2 di2 by dt plus M di1 by dt. This is a coupling equation already done now. V1 equation also L1 di1 by dt plus M di2 by dt. So this equation done. V2 equation, V1 equation. I am taking V2 by V1. V2 by V1. So this by this. Further, what is L2? L2 is equal to M into N. So this L2 replaced with M into N. di2 by dt as it is plus M is equal to N into L1. M is equal to N into L1 di1 by dt. Denominator as it is. Then take the small n common. Then M di2 by dt plus L1 di1 by dt cancel with the denominator. You will get only N. Therefore, V2 by V1 is becoming small n. So this proof also done. V2 by V1 is equal to N. Then last derivation, I2 by I1 is also equal to N. How to derive that? So again, small manipulation. This equation V2 divided with M. So V2 by M is equal to di1 by dt plus L2 by M. L2 by M equal to N di2 by dt. Then this equation, this V1 divide with L1. V1 by L1 is di1 by dt plus then M by L1 is N na di1 by dt. Now if L1 is equal to infinite, self-inductance L1 is infinite, then this is equal to 0. If this is equal to 0, di1 by dt plus N di2 by dt is equal to 0. This is also same term na. So also equal to 0. If this is becoming 0 means M is also infinite. And M is infinite, L1 is infinite automatically, L2 also infinite. This is second condition. If we assume L1 equal to infinite, that will force M equal to infinite, L2 equal to infinite is the second condition. Under this condition, this is equal to 0. Therefore, di1 by dt plus N di2 by dt equal to 0. D by dt common, I1 minus Ni2 equal to 0. Then integrate both these sides. If you integrate, what you get? I1 plus Ni2 is equal to K na, some constant K. But any transformer, if I1 0, I2 0, and initial conditions, I1 0 minus is 0 and I2 0 minus also 0, automatically K is also 0. So therefore, when this is equal to 0, you get what? I1 by, so what is the conclusion? I1 plus, I1 plus Ni2 equal to 0 from this. I1 by I2 is equal to minus N, or if it is plus N, this is minus. You just see, we have taken these equations from the coupling. coupling I2 is entering at dot. But what is that is leaving from the dot? Minus I2. So I1 by minus I2 equal to plus N. Okay. So in this transformer, very important point to be observed is any transformer I1 entering at dot, I2 leaving from the dot. I2 leaving from the dot, then I1 by I2 equal to plus N. But in coupling, I1 is entering at dot, I2 entering at dot again. That's why I1 by minus I2 equal to plus N, or I1 by I2 equal to minus N. Any one of the way you can remember. So once again, I am insisting, when you are writing I1 by I2 is plus N, when you are writing I1 by I2 equal to plus N, please ensure that I1 is entering at dot, I2 leaving from the dot. If I1 is entering at dot, I2 also entering at dot, then I1 by I2 will become minus N. Or I1 by minus I2 equal to plus, like that you remember. So these formulas important to remember. So now I stop at this moment. We'll continue next class. All of you, please subscribe my channel CH Ganapath Reddy in a bracket CGR. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you. I stop now.